Welcome to Yeshiva Daf Shir Sponsor Nishmas. I'm Yaakov Shalom and Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding in Basra Daf Kuf Yud. We're starting in the fourth line from the top. So just to mention what we saw at the end of the previous Daf, the Gemara brought the story, it would say even a little strange story about Yehoyneson, the grandson of Moshe Rabbeinu, who was working for Avodah Zarah. We'll get addressed that in a moment. And he was the priest for the Avodah Zarah called Avodah Zarah of Micha. We mentioned that Avodah Zarah of Micha is not a real Avodah Zarah, but still that's what happened over there. The Gemara mentioned as we got to the end of the daf, the Gemara says you see the difference between Moshe and Aaron, because Moshe Rabbeinu married the daughter of Yisroi, so he ended up having a grandchild at a prom because there was some tendency over there. But Aaron the Kohen married Yeshiva, so there Pinchas came out of him, because you see when you have a good yichus, it's more of a schus. So that's the more now. Someone who marries a woman has to check the brothers. He took Yeshiva, the daughter of Aminadov, the sister of Nachshon. Nachshon ben Aminadov, we know the big Nasi. I know she's the daughter of Aminadov. Why tell me she's the sister of Nachshon? Of course, she's the daughter of Aminadov. She is the sister of Nachshon. That is the raya that someone who marries a woman, she has to check the brothers, to check sure the brothers are right. Why? The most brothers are similar to the uncle. Similar to the uncle of the mother, a lot of the tendencies come from there. Now here, first of all, the Nikud is interesting. First of all, the Seder Hasidim bring is not only the brothers of the mother, it's the sisters of the mother as well. Meaning, it's not only male, it's female as well. Because the brothers and sisters of one, they connect to the person more. And that's why you want to be checking the Achayim. You want to check the brothers and sisters, the siblings of the mother. As we mentioned in Shabbos, mentioned Yom Kippur, what's brought down, which was brought in the past, the difference that the Kilkulim have to do with the mother's side. Because the mother, the job of the mother is to retain and protect the existing. So the kilkul belongs to the mother. The father gives all the milas, Kohen, Levi, but the mother keeps the minimum, the bare minimum. That's why Judaism is based on the mother. So when you want to make sure that there's no kilkul, you have to look at the mother. It says more of a suro. So now we continue on going back to Yoinusah. So it says over there in Shaftim, and they told Yoinusah, they gave him basically Musar to Yoinusah. Talk about it, we'll see by David the Melech. Who brought you here? What are you doing over here? What are you here again? Three Lashonis. So the Gemara is going to dash on the three Lashonis. Don't you come from Moshe Rabbeinu that says Altikar V'Elohim? Lami Moshe Kos Tichtibe Mazeh B'Yadecho. That's what it means. Ma'atar Se B'Zeh Mazeh B'Yadecho. Lami Moshe Kos Tichtibe V'Atar Poi Amoy Dimadi. Stand over here. So different L'shoin says the Moshe Rabbeinu. Ta'aseh Kohen Avodah Zarah. You'll be Kohen Avodah Zarah. Ha'Lahem Kar Mekublani Mibeis Aviyam says Yohanes on the grandfather of Moshe Rabbeinu. That's what I learned from my grandfather. Don't ask you, don't ask for the Zorro, because it should work with the Zorro. Tell it start the beers. Yeah, I don't want to take Zdaka. I need Parnasa. This is the Parnasa I have. The Parnasa was able to get us to be a Kohen of the Zorro. Really should not mask himself with the Zorro. Better to be masked to work with the Zorro than to need to take a Zdaka. Who saw he thought of the Zorro Manish? The Loyi. The Zorah avoido shezorah loy. Avoido, which is not your level, but not to be with the Zorah. The Zorah, that's too much. Kedomili have Rav Kano. So I have taught Rav Kano. netoish neviloso b'shuko, meaning work with a caracas in the shuk. V'shkol go take money. So it's important that a person should get parnaso from his ma'aseh yadayim. That's the cheshivus. If so, that's what he said. I want to make sure to get money. I want to make sure to have parnaso. I want parnaso. The Gemara tells us that the Zohar is too much. Now, it says he told him 3 different psukim. 3 things he told him from Moshe Rabbeinu. Why did these 3 psukim? The first we have a lot. We'll talk about it in the Shomach Shalom and I just want to mention one of them. The Yaakov wants to say that really these are the 3 excuses for Yehoinasa, because these 2 psukim are the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu left his wife. It's not so clear what's the source. I want to say when it says Moshe Rabbeinu Tikkur V'Aloim was for him to leave his wife. Ma'azeh b'yadech was the mate, and it's mate that gave him the oasis. And stand with me in our Sinai and don't go ahead. So all that was meaning don't go back to your wife. Why? So what does it mean Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe Rabbeinu that was supposed to be so close to the Shechina was supposed to be without his wife. He was separate from his wife. So that's the reason Kosh Baruch Hu is Mesoiviv, that the wife of Moshe Rabbeinu, after he says Big Chiddush, comes from Bas Gevim, so it won't be a Bas Yisrael that will be separated from her husband. That was all the excuses. The Gemara says in the previous daf that because his mother comes from Goyim, that's why he went over the Zohar. So as if he's giving him his excuses why he went over the Zohar. Very interesting mahalach. David saw that he's really, really interested. He needs money. He made him in charge on the treasures of David HaMelech. Shene'emar v'Shabuel ben Gershon ben Menashe. So similar to the Lashonis we had in previous daf, that it means the son of Gershon, the son of Menashe. Menashe means Moshe Rabbeinu. Nogid aloy tzoros. He was responsible on tzoros. V'Shabuel shmoi v'aloy Yohanes. We just learned that his name is Yohanes. He completely did tshuva, went back to his Torah Baruch Hu, and that's what he did. The Rashban here brings something fascinating. He brings the Yerushalmi in Brochus. Shalom Brocha says, yes, David HaMelech made him in charge of the Tzoros. And then Shlomo HaMelech came, and Shlomo HaMelech decided to, a new administration, change all the workers. And he quit, he caused them to quit. And then it says he went back to work for the Zohar. Yohanes, son, the grandson of Shlomo, went back to work for the Zohar. There's even a story. The people came to him, according to Yerushalmi brings, they came to him and said, how should we worship for the Zohar? He said, it doesn't help you anything. Give me the food. Begin, sir. And the Rashban brings, he took the food for himself. But he went back to work for the Zohar. Big pellet. Big pellet. So there's two Eharos over here. The one Ehara is maybe not to guess what it is. Maybe it is. Tzaddik HaKohen says that a person has, there's also brought down the Vilna Goyen, that a person has a certain netio, he needs to, that netio can either make him do something very bad, or he can use the netio to do something very good. So the netio of Gershon was to money. So he was pushed to do something very bad, to the Zohar. David HaMelech transformed that netio to do it for Kodesh Baruch Hu, to be Mimunah Lo Yitzoros for David HaMelech, for his Hamikdash. So for the Oitzos, so it was for something good. So he uses netio. That's what it means in the pasuk. Sheshav lachel b'choy liboy. He took all his tendencies and made it into good. So what does it come to me, Ashel? Because Charlie he did tshuva, but the next day when he was fired, he went back to do the wrong thing. So I don't understand that. Good to Tzaddik Pshat is the b'choy liboy means that he turned, at least for the time being, all his tendencies to Kodesh Baruch Hu. But as a Chanech Kerelnishte puts out over here, something fascinating. This is very matin for the daf the day after Yom Kippur. It says it's brought down in the Rambam. When a person does tshuva, you have to be made all of Yodea Talumus. Yodea Talumus, the Kodesh Baruch Hu has to testify on him. Shelo yeshuv l'zeh lo yilum. We'll never go back to this chet. So I'm going to first you're bothered by this. What does it mean? So you want to tell me someone did a chet? and then 20 years later he did tshuva, he went back to the chet, so that's not tshuva. But as Mefarshim point out over there on the Rambam, it doesn't mean that a person needs to go and do tshuva that Akash Baruch Hu made on him forever. They won't go back. But it means in this moment, Akash Baruch Hu is aiding him. Akash Baruch Hu can look at his heart of hearts and realize that this guy does a full tshuva. So even though the next day he does Avihu, but as long as when he did the tshuva, he really meant it, with he didn't give himself any opening to go back, and something else happened, that's a full tshuva. So Yonis is considered to be doing a full tshuva for him to the day after Yom Kippur. So the Gemara. The Abodim Yisaf. Right, so the boys are Yerush the father. The Shaila is, how do we know that the boys are Yerush the father? So what we know. Ichtiv ish kiyomus. Says when a person dies and he doesn't, it says ubenim, if doesn't have a son, you give it to the daughter. That's the marker that a son inherits the father. So maybe you'll tell me, if there's a boy, the boy is Yerush. If the daughter is there, she's Yerush. That's the next part of the pasuk. If there's a boy and a girl, none of them should inherit. Says the Gemara, that doesn't make sense. The Elo, the Kuvim base, man lirus, who should inherit? Atu bar kosher de mosel lirut. This is an expression we find in the Gemara a few times. Bar kosher also, the Rashbam is here, it's Moshe Leir. Another place brought down in Psachim that Shaiter, the police of the city. In other words, you want a random person to inherit the father? Obviously, it goes to the mishpacha. So I mean, none of them should be Yerush, not the son, not the daughter. Says Marani, this is what we're saying. When there's a son and a daughter, none of them should be Yerush the whole thing. In other words, what's the word asking? We said if there's a son, he is Yerush everything. If there's no son, it goes to the daughter. But what happens if there's a son and a daughter? Only the son, not the daughter. That's what we know. How do you know that? Maybe it means they both will be Yerush. So 1 second. So according to this, what is the beginning of the pasuk? If he has no son, meaning from here you learn the son is Yerush. So you want to tell me that if there's no daughter. But if there is a daughter, they'll split it. So why do you need the pasuk to tell you the son is Yerush? Of course the son is Yerush. Now he bas Yerushalayim. Well, no. Maybe I just want to tell you, you're right, there's no chiddush that the son is Yerush on his own. But the reason why I'm saying this idea of there's no son, give it to the daughter, to tell you that a daughter is Yerush. We have a different pasuk for that. The pasuk that says, Kol bas Yereshus. It says, from here you learn that a son is Yerush. How do you know a son is Yerush? By Bnos Tovchot. What it says by Bnos Tovchot? It says, not fear, our father has no son, so nobody will Yerush him. Not because he has no son. There's a son, they have no time, they'll go to the son. Second, 1 second. Meaning, maybe Bnos Tovchot said like this. We assume that a son is Yerush and not a daughter. And we're okay with that. But what happens if there's no son, there should be at least a daughter? Right? Kal Moshe Rabbeinu says, you should know that you're wrong. A son and a daughter are Yerush. They both should be Yerush. That is the Shiloh of the Gemara. In other words, you're right, the Bnot Tovchot thought that only a son is Yerush. But maybe now that we found out it's not true, so now, meaning now that Torah says both are Yerush, I still don't know it. Ela Machvak T'Shenikor, to use this first answer that that to tell me that a son is Yerush alone, there's no Chiddush. Ravina Bar Malchus says the Makar, that the son is Yerush from here, a quarter of Elov, a quarter of Korban, as we saw before. The closer you are, you're Yerush. My kurva the ben mibas. In other words, I want to tell you, the son is closer than the daughter. What makes the son closer than the daughter? In other words, that's the answer. We have to go based on the Quran. And the son is closer than the daughter. Why is the son closer to the daughter? As we said previously, the son can marry the shivcha, and he gets his dechus. Says the Gemara, Yehodo, that's not a rhyme from Yehodo. What's Yehodo? What does it mean Yehodo? If there is a young shivcha, maidservant, the young shivcha, only the son can marry her, not the daughter. Of course the daughter can't marry her, because the daughter can't marry. Basla bas Yodi, she can't marry. That's the reason. Meaning, so here the Rishbam takes differ a little bit, but the message is the same. How do you know this de'achuzo? The son is the one who has the din des de'achuzo, that the father is magdishit and the son redeems it as the din des de'achuzo. How do you know? Where do you know that? Because the son is the one who comes before the daughter. So that's why I know this. The Achuz goes to the son more than the daughter. The way the Rishbam says it, the Rishbam wants to say, that how do I know? So if you look, let's look at the Rishbam says. Rishbam says, my kurvo de ben. Rishbam, go 3 lines down there. Rishbam says, right? How do you know the son comes before the brother? That's what we saw previously. Because he has ibum. It says the same thing you can say about the daughter. The Avraham says, so how do you know? So you say, in other words, ish acher is coming to exclude the daughter. So if it's either Yeshua kol shu acher mekom ben v'bas nam mekom ben ki acher dam is like acher. How do we the chashvili le ki acher legabe ben mishudashin ish ki yomus ubein in loy shaben kredin lebas. The only reason the son is considered to be acher legabe bas is because he's Yerush. So it tells you here. In other words, the only reason the son is more than the daughter is because the son is Yerush and the daughter. So how do I know the son is Yerush? So the Gemara says like this: how do I know the son is Yerush and the daughter? Because the son can do Yud, and the son is De'achuzah. The Gemara, 1 second. Yud, the daughter physically can't do it. She can't marry. Can't marry a girl. The De'achuzah, the only reason he's De'achuzah is because he's Yerush. Says the Gemara. To go back to the first answer, the Torah says son has to be talking about a case. We have a son and a daughter. There's another mocker. You give it a challah. It's avadi, but from here you learn all the challah. You give it to the sons after you. Your sons are your daughters. You give arichus yomim. Can you say such a thing? So what bracha shari? Bracha is different. The Rashbam says the kol yisrael bevorich. You have to give it to everybody. The svaru, the bnei body is kaya. It's similar to ufar kiddushin. The word says women need bracha as well. They need life as well. So to say that the bracha goes to the boys after the girls doesn't make sense. The pasha goes to both. So what it means that bracha there means both. But it's nechatem bnei b'nei. We know that the brothers, the paternal brothers, have rechol. We know that. I know that. Brothers from Yaakov. Because in other words, how do you know that when the pasuk says the brothers are Yerush or paternal brothers and not maternal brothers? So when you look at Yaakov, this is Yaakov, Achim, or Shimon Achim. They're brothers only for the father. They had different mothers. So if Avali says Mishpachto v'Yerush Osakti Mishpachas Av Kri Mishpacho Mishpachas Ev Eino Kri Mishpacho. We already learned. It's a Mishpacho. It's only father, not mother. So why cannot be you're right? The when Rabbi brings Gabi Yibum, how do you know the Yibum only is a brother for the father, but paternal, not paternal? Then you learn from Hachi Ben Echanabi. Our drosha is the drosha of Mishpachoi Mishpachtoi Mishpachas Av Kri Mishpacho. Shpachas Edo Kruyo Mishpacha.